It is Saturday, August 23rd, and João Pedro has decided to ruin my game week. I came outside for fresh air because I felt it's the next thing to godliness at this point, and it's going to give me some clear perspective on what to do for game week 3. So far, so good. I have Palmer blanking, Bowen blanking, Watkins blanking, and also have Florian Wirtz and Mo Salah to save the day. I'm on 19 points so far, but I feel like I can still salvage something if Salah actually does something magical in the Newcastle. And I believe like Florian Wirtz also has a point to prove from game week 1. Also have some strategies to turn things around, but I'll leave that for the next section of the video. Let's stick around and let's see how I actually solve this mystery. Guys, my name is Faye, and on this channel I actually talk about my FPL team, transfer plans, strategies, tips and tricks you can use on your own team as well. In the last 2 seasons I've finished in the top 300k, and I've been playing FPL for quite some time now, more than 5 years, but right now I think I've just gotten the rhythm and know my strategies have been working for me totally. Even though it doesn't look like it's working now, we can actually go on this journey together, and I can prove to you that my strategies will work on your team as well. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and let's get straight into my team. So coming back to it, Mo Salah and Florian Wirtz couldn't save my game week. I had a horrible game week, 36 points overall, and I'm not really sure I want to go into the team, but we'll just have to go into it briefly before I go into the other segments where I talk about my transfer plans and also talk about players that I feel you should be bringing in or players that you should be considering. First of all, so Sales got that 2-pointer, Wofu, Dogu 2-pointer, Kukurea still another shining light in my team. Esteve actually got a 6-pointer. I should have just doubled up with Dubravka because I have him. Florian Wirtz 2 points, Mo Salah actually getting a 10-pointer because he got 5 points through the assist late in the game, and this is why we own Mo Salah. Haaland blanked in this game week, but Mo Salah still found a way to deliver. Mind you, he's actually been very poor since the start of FPL this season, but he still somehow tries to find ways to actually get points on the board. I have Reinders and Rogers giving me 2 points each. Man City actually lost to Tottenham 2-0, which was astonishing. Because of that loss, Van de Ven got a 6-pointer on my bench, like Van de Ven on my bench, and I needed points. Diouf 3-pointer because he actually did get an assist, but because they conceded 5 goals, there was not much that could be done. Cole Palmer is an interesting one I want to talk about in today's episode because he will be leaving my team. Yes, Cole Palmer is leaving my team. I've had enough, and enough is enough. So I'd rather just spread that money around instead of focus on one player. He had a knock, or like groin injury according to what they say, and today is Tuesday. He had the scan today, and apparently it's not so serious. He should be back for game week 3, or they say game week 3 might be too early. That's what they're saying, but he should be back for game week 4. But for me, I have actually left that route. I'm going to spread the money around, but let's see who and how I'm going to spread this money around. Okay, so let's go straight into my transfer plans. The first player I will be taking out, like I just said in the last segment, is Cole Palmer, the man himself, the man that cost 10.5 million. He's currently injured, but I feel like I'm spending too much money here. I don't know if he's going to be fit or not. Apparently, he has been carrying this injury since the Club World Cup, and for some reason, it hasn't gone yet. So I'm not just going to take my chances over there. To be honest, if Saka was actually fit, that would have just been a direct swap. So the other thing I actually wanted to tell you about is if you're actually planning on taking Palmer out of your team, it will be better to actually go for someone that's almost expensive too. So if you want to go back to him, it won't be too hard. Maybe like you might not need 3 transfers or something like that. I'm going with Semenyo, and he's priced at 7.2 right now. And you might think like, oh, that's too much of a drop-off. Well, I actually said I wanted to strengthen the team. Like I wanted to get Munoz. I want to get Munoz later in the future because Palace have good fixtures. I want to also strengthen my attack. As you can see, Bowen needs to go. Rogers needs to go. Florian Wirtz needs to go because I don't want to have double up on Aston Villa, even though their fixtures after the Palace one in game week 3 aren't looking so bad, but I don't want to take too much risk on them. Semenyo is a good player. They have Spurs right now, which is not the best fixture, Brighton and Newcastle. Thing is, Semenyo as a player, we saw what he did in the Liverpool game, and he's got a brace. So, and I like the way Bournemouth play, to be honest, and their manager, they have a very sound manager. So because of that, I feel like he would be able to get something for me. He still got an assist in game week 2, even though, and he still hit the post again in game week 2. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I think Semenyo is that guy for me. Okay, going into my second player, which is Florian Wirtz. This is actually a no-brainer. He had already dropped in price. Right now, he costs 8.4 million. It's not really about that, to be honest. Like, it's like he's not really putting himself into the games. He's not fighting enough. It's probably because of the change of league, you know, and you can say the same for Ekitike, but Ekitike somehow, as a striker, it's totally different. So the argument is Florian Wirtz is a fantastic player. He might not just be an FPL player. Like, you know, he might not just be the one behind the actual assist. He might not be the one getting the goal. They say he's like the assister of the assister. Like, he's probably going to be the one to throw that key pass. Then someone throws a pass within the box. Then the final goal scorer scores. Yeah, he was key in the build-up, but apparently he wasn't key as regards FPL. So Florian Wirtz, fantastic player, to be honest. The games were just came at a rush, you know, but it's not really an excuse. So that's why I'll be swapping him for Gakpo, because after the Arsenal game, they have Burnley and they also have Everton. Some very decent games for a team like Liverpool. And I like the attack that I am seeing. So Florian Wirtz for Gakpo is a no-brainer. Then the last, but well, I'm not even sure if I'll call this the last. So I'm trying to bring in João Pedro, and I am also going to be taking out Gayu out of my team because I actually want to have a lot of attacking power. So right now I have Watkins and Bowen as my attack, but I want João Pedro to actually be in that front lineup. So basically, I'm just for this game week, I already have 2 substitutions done in the bag. There's going to be a high chance I'll be taking a -4 because I'm not going to be using my wildcard. I would rather just take a -4. I'm already down bad. I'm not losing anything at this point. Take a -4, use my wildcard later on. For example, if Palmer wants to actually get hyped, or maybe Palmer comes back or Saka is coming back, I will get my wildcard and use it. Right now, it's still too early to be using wildcards, so I'm going to be taking note of that. So right now, the players I'll be transferring is Palmer for Semenyo, Gakpo for Florian Wirtz, and João Pedro for Gayu, trying to balance the team as a whole. Then along the lines, maybe game week 4, game week 5, I will be bringing in Munoz because, like I said before, Palace have some very good fixtures going forward. So for this segment, I actually want to give a special shout out to FPL Rob. He's the one that composed these graphics here, and I owe it all to him because if it weren't for him, we will not have these beautiful graphics to see, to check out projected odds for goals scored and clean sheets along with players to target. But let's speak on projected goals and clean sheets. So it has Manchester United at 48%, the team to target, Chelsea at 39%, and Forest at 41%. I know. Manchester United are actually playing Burnley, and we all saw what happened in the game against Fulham. I am a Man United fan. I am not going to tell you to go for Man United players because I just don't know what Amorim has in store. It feels like the team is not finding chances to score enough, even though the players are there. So to me, it's like a structure problem. And to be very honest, I want to sit back and relax and watch the boys play first before I start bringing in assets. I see people bringing in Cunha, Mbeumo. Fair play to you because they actually have the ability to score. I just feel like it's more of a structure problem. And if they were going to score, they would have scored already. But right now, I think Sesko is going to start in the next game. So at least maybe Mbeumo might have some balls into the box, no pun intended, some balls crosses into the box, and he would actually be able to get an assist or 2, and maybe the link-up play from Sesko and maybe like Mount can actually help Cunha. So if you actually believe in Manchester United that much, please go for them, you know, because right now they are 48% to actually give goals and also have clean sheets. So Man United player, the only Man United player I will be having is Dogu, and at least for that clean sheet points, I will be getting that as well. As for the teams to target for this game week, as we can clearly see, it's somehow Manchester United, Chelsea, and Forest. So the funny thing about Forest is Forest have West Ham in game week 3. They have Arsenal, but the thing is they also have Burnley after Arsenal. And they also have some very good, decent fixtures. If you're looking at Chris Wood, he's a player you might want to actually look at right now. Cunha is a player that everyone is looking at right now. If you're not really sure what to buy, João Pedro is a player that I'm bringing into my team right now. As for defenders, I'm not sure of Liverpool defenders. The Liverpool defense for me is too shaky because they've always been conceding. The argument initially was that Gravenberch is their DM and he's the one that puts everything together. They still got two. Newcastle somehow found 2 goals into the net without a striker. So I think you might want to really calm down and look at that. I would go for Forest defenders, but not crush them. Spurs under Thomas Frank are a very good side. Van de Ven is looking sharp. Romero looking sharp. And Pedro Porro for attacking points looking sharp. Chelsea just have good fixtures, and for some reason they're in some form right now that I can't explain. So going to Chelsea, at least, maybe not Cucurella, but I would just go for Cucurella because he's a defender that is practically in the box 3-4-7, not 2-4-7, 3-4-7. That guy even got an assist, even on a corner, like nodded it back for João Pedro. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, Cucurella is that guy. But I'll just do my closing thoughts and maybe some other players to target in game week 3. So guys, my final thoughts for this video is it's still just game week 2/3. It's no need to go making drastic things or drastic transfers. Yes, it's time to actually start making transfers. If you didn't use a transfer in game week 1, that means you have 2 transfers to use now. You might not necessarily need a wild card. 2 players probably just need to leave. And if you need to make 3 players leave, take a -4. It's still too early. You will make up for it. It's better to take a -4 than a player hauling, like getting a 15-pointer like João Pedro did. Imagine you took a -4 for João Pedro. It would have paid off. It would have more than paid off. My rank right now is like 7 million or so. Even my girlfriend that's playing FPL, her team is Angel Warriors, has more points than me. Like, it's crazy. And it's not like she watches FPL. Or Premier League. She just picked teams I kind of recommended. She picked some teams as well. And there she is, getting like 45-pointer. I really don't know. But one thing I will say is, if you feel you need to use a wildcard, basically, if you feel you need 5 crucial players to taken out from your team, yes. If you just need 3 players taken out of your team, you can use your 2 free subs and take a -4. I don't see a problem in taking a -4. It's still very early. If you need to actually use a wildcard, I would prefer you evaluate your team properly. Try to see if you are actually going to be changing the team from the ground up. If you are going to be doing that, then you most likely need a wildcard. Like I said, there are 11 players playing. If you need 5 crucial spots to change, then you definitely need a wildcard. But be careful, because when you are changing these players, you might also need some other players in the future. For example, if you take PALMER out like I just did, getting him back will be difficult because he is going to actually do something crazy because it's PALMER. And even if he doesn't, well, it's a risk you have to take. Like I said again, Man United players, you need to just relax and see. I know it's Burnley, and I know like you want to get some assets in there because you know this is a fixture you have to target. I already targeted this fixture by bringing Dogo in, but it's just one of those games that Man United can end up scoring 1 goal. That is why I'm skeptical about Amorim as a whole. I need Sesko starting. I need my boys on firing. Bruno Fernandes is not a CM. He needs to be playing in the number 10 position. Meno is the one that should be playing there. Meno is not too slow. He was playing in the Premier League before Amorim came in, but Amorim says he's too slow. And I feel like Amorim is too stubborn. Like, how are you losing to Fulham and you're looking for goals? Not losing to Fulham. It was like 1-1 and they were looking for goals, and you're bringing in Haven and Maguire when you have Zexi on the bench. Come on, it's things like that that actually make me stay away from Man United on FPL, because I'd rather watch them and they prove me wrong and I celebrate with them than me picking them on my team, and I get to lose on my FPL. I also get to lose in real life. It's not just going to work. But thank you guys for watching this far. If you've watched this far, please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and tell me what your plans are for Game Week 3. Tell me what transfers are you going to be making. Tell me if the transfers I've made are the same ones you might be making, or tell me if I'm just bugging, you know? So that's the end, guys. Thank you for watching and God bless.